Out of time here. We got to get to one more final timely topic. We're going to get to this one real quickly as we're getting to the NBA on a Monday night. As just recently on the 7th of January, so 5 days ago, last Wednesday, we saw Trae Young get traded from the Atlanta Hawks to the Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. Toddy, I'm tossing this to you first because you have been freezing for years with Ice Trae. So what was your reaction to this deal?
I was just shocked as the whole thing in general. Trae Young going to the Wizards. Kind of wondering why the Wizards. Maybe he knows something that we don't know. Um, I like the Wizards young core. I like Bub Carrington. I love Trey Jones from Texas. Um, Alex Sarr has been playing pretty well this season. Trae Young, I even saw reports that he's probably not even going to play. He has a very serious meniscus injury that could get worse if he does play on it. So I don't know if we'll see him at much this season coming up. But I mean, the Wizards suck again. They get a top 4 pick. You get Cam Boozer, and then you add Trae Young to the mix. Maybe trade for a guy in the offseason. Now you might have something. So maybe Trae Young's playing the long game. When healthy, he's a 26-12 guy. Um, as far as Atlanta goes, they saw what Jalen Johnson's able to do. And what I have been saying, if you guys watched the NBA pods a couple weeks ago, you notice what Jalen Johnson is capable of and what he's able to do is going to be a first-time All-Star. This is pretty much his team, and they're pretty much going to build around him. As far as the trade goes, the package-wise, you're able to get Trae Young for Corey Kispert and C.J. McCollum. You'll take that any day of the week, and not have to give up picks. It's a no-brainer. So you could say I'd say the Wizards probably won this trade. Atlanta was able to get off of a contract which was around 49 million going into I think the last year of his contract. He's probably going to get extended. So uh, congrats to the Wizards for getting a 26-12 guy for nothing.
Kevin, how did you feel about this trade?
I definitely feel like the Wizards won, especially because we heard a lot of news that the Hawks were going to try to go get Anthony Davis, and now that he's hurt again, I feel like this kind of put a wrench in their plans. And I saw a tweet that they were like, "What if the Wizards just don't re-sign him and let him walk? Like they didn't lose anything. They traded expiring for expiring. They got to keep their first-round pick." So if they get a top 3 pick and you could opportunity to bring in a guard like Mikael Brown or Darren Peterson, are you really going to take the ball out of their hands to put it in Trae Young's hands, who's shown that he's not a defender and he can't win? So there's a lot of ways this can work out.
The Wizards can let him walk is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't lose anything for him. They didn't lose anything. They traded him for a bag of dicks. Like, my wife loves CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, he's a good shooter. But I both don't think they really play in that rotation. So it's like, what are they going to do? They're going to trade Chris Middleton and get more of nothing. They're paving ways for these young guys to play, and bringing in a Trae Young puts a halt in their development. So I don't really know how it plays out for the Wizards. They're currently fighting for a top 1 pick. So I feel like they're going to hold off on signing him. But like I said, like Toddy said, why the Wizards? Trae Young said I want to go to the Wizards, so maybe they have the most cap space to sign him, or who knows? But I don't think Trae Young is going to play a game this year, and that just goes to show that they don't really want him to play because they want to tank. So,
Will say that everything you said, Kevin, hit the nail on the head. That given what they gave up for Trae, that, yeah, in a hypothetical scenario, they could let him walk and it really wouldn't be that big of a deal in terms of lost assets. But the Wizards are going to build their franchise around Trae Young now because of the general manager that they have in place. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but like he watched Trae play at Oklahoma. He has been like a confidant of Trae Young, and they have been close for years. And that's part of why Trae Young said, I want to go to the Wizards. Everyone was saying, why do you want to go to the Washington Wizards? It's because of that relationship. And Trae also sees what they are building in DC. And so credit to the
Will
Wizards for
Dawkins.
making this deal. Yeah, Will Dawkins. Thank you, Toddy. I appreciate you researching that for me.